everyone, look where I'm at again, right? Here's some coffee, made your coffee. I had to go out to my car and get it and make it myself because the lobby doesn't open till later. They have a really nice breakfast. So, cheers. Let's get right into it. Do's and don'ts of van dwelling, of the nomad life. Let's go right to number one because of where I'm at. You need to pamper yourself. Every once in a while, it's a good idea. Do something that is going to be good for you. I mean, you don't want to go out and say, hey, I'm going to go out and, excuse me, have a rip-roaring time, and I'm going to drink. That's not pampering yourself. That's kind of abusing yourself. You don't want to go out and do things that are actually going to hurt you and how you feel. Living in a small space, you really do need to take care of yourself. And I'm going to let y'all know that I take care of myself a lot better since I've been a nomad for the 6 years. It's actually starting to go on my 7th year, but 6 years I've lived in my minivan. And I take better care of myself because what is going on is I'm more aware of how my body's feeling. My bathroom habits, and that's important. A lot of people say, oh, don't talk about that. Actually, your bathroom habits are going to tell you a lot about your health. Your number two, yes, it's going to let you know, are you getting proper foods? Are you healthy? Are you getting enough water? And then of course your urine. If you're peeing in a pee bottle, you actually know what color it is. If it starts looking orangish and dark, you're not drinking enough water and you're not taking care of yourself. Really important. So I say the biggest do, number one, is to pamper yourself. Pamper yourself with healthy things. Now, yesterday was the worst heat day, and it's the last. It looks like I looked up the weather app, and it looks like in Tucson it's going to be cool now. Well, not cool, but like in the low 80s and 70s, high 70s. So my children and we all got together and we put in some money, and I got myself a nice hotel room. Yeah. So it was nice. I pampered myself in the bathtub twice and got my hair washed, did my nails, did a pedicure, and actually what also I did was I powered up all of everything that needed to be powered up. Everything. I have 2 Jackeries. I now have a 300 plus Jackery, and that from the very beginning, when they sent it to me, it only had 26% power. So I finally got that all powered up. So this has been a real pampering. Now, if you're on a tighter budget, let's talk about ways that you can pamper yourself. You might want to don't go out drinking and get drunk. That's not good. Don't get a bunch of junk food. Oh, I'm going to eat candy. That's going to make me feel good. In the end, it's going to make you feel bad. Okay. So, but what really could be good? I say if you can afford it, and I think you probably could, go out for lunch maybe once a week. Why not? Don't do McDonald's or whatever, but maybe go just go sit somewhere and pamper yourself that way. Maybe make a day where you're going to do all the things that you want to do for yourself. Maybe go to Planet Fitness or your gym, go get yourself a shower, do your nails, pluck your eyebrows, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel pretty. What about you guys? Do you want to feel pretty? I know. Well, why not? We want you to look pretty. Even if we don't want to date you, we want to look, you want to present yourself. You do get more respect when you are taking care of yourself better. Some of you could care less, and that's fine. You don't have to do that. But if you do want to get just, maybe people noticing you more and things like that, take care of yourself. Get a shaver and spend the day pampering yourself. Give yourself a good shave. Give yourself a good haircut. And maybe go buy some new clothes. Maybe buy something. So there's what you can do to pamper yourself. Go to the grocery store and buy your favorite food as long as it's going to make you feel good. It might be maybe some cashews, something like that, some mixed nuts, just something fun to do. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the do's and don'ts, and the number one is pamper because of where I'm at, okay? Okay, let's go down the line. Okay, don't. Here's a don't. Don't travel with too much stuff. Now, I know some of you said, oh, you have too much stuff, but I did get a storage, so I don't have to travel with so much stuff. If you are closed in your rig and you can't move around so much, you know what I found when I had those bigger bins? Now I don't carry them with me every time. They're in my storage. If I need it, I go get it. But the bigger bins, I was constantly banging myself. It was too closed in. I was bruised all over. I do have one there, but I don't have as many bruises now. I've noticed that. I'm not as bruised on my arms. And these are arm gaiters, and what I wear these for is protect this part of my arm from the sun. So I'm out here now more, where the sun shines 99% of the time year round in Tucson. And it keeps from, if I do bang it, right? And it looks kind of cool. And then when the heat, I can spray these down and it helps keep me cool. Well, yeah, don't travel with so much stuff. Start bringing it down. If you can't afford a storage, it may be if you have children around, or that you can put it someplace. Or what you can do is you'll have to get rid of it then. But don't travel with so much stuff. I've seen people with their minivans just stacked to the gill. I don't even know how they do it, okay? Now, do keep your rig organized. You need to get baggies. I use baggies to organize. I use bins and I use baggies. And then, of course, now I'm using a storage to help me keep organized, so that if you have so much stuff, how can you do that? How can you do that? We're very independent. Oh yeah, everybody talks about that. But don't isolate yourself. I'm traveling solo again. And what I do is I reach out through texting, or I call, but I rarely call on the phone. We all kind of use text, right? That way we can read it when we want to. Or we can use, what I've used is Signal to stay in contact with a couple friends. That way we can leave audio messages for each other. I call them little shares, and we can leave audio messages for each other, and we can listen to them when we're ready to listen. And then the other person can listen when they're ready. Or we can just leave a little text. And that's what I've been doing since I've been solo again, is because I don't want to stay so isolated. And of course, I'm talking to you right here, and you're talking back to me through comments. So thank you, everybody. When you comment, you're talking to me, and I appreciate that. As long as they're not mean, you know. So we all know about that, trolls and mean things that try to hurt my feelings, or yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So be nice, but you can still talk to me through comments. So don't isolate yourself. I've seen nomads, and I've met them here and there, but they're usually not overly friendly. When I walk up to them and go, oh, you have a minivan. You can kind of sense, oh, don't deal with me. I like being isolated. For whatever reason, you don't know. I mean, some of them could be running from the law, who knows? But maybe they just have issues that they've been traumatized as a child or as a young adult, and they're still trying to work out their trauma, and they don't want to deal with people. They like dogs better or whatever. So, but if you're not overly traumatized in your life and you don't have to work things out for yourself, try not to stay isolated. The best thing to do is the nomad orgy is coming up, and I say that without any sexual overtones. It's just a big glut. It's a gluttony thing. Yeah, just thousands and thousands of nomads are going to descend on Quartzsite pretty soon. Yeah, and it's a good place to meet people and get their phone numbers so you can talk to them throughout the year. Okay, and then it goes with it, to make friends, and then you need to water those relationships. Yes, you need to feed it. You know, having friends is work. Well, you know, I mean, it takes energy, and it takes planning to let a friendship flourish. The same as with a romantic relationship. You have to water it. You have to flourish it. When that stops happening, they just fall apart, don't they? So you want it to grow. So that means you're going to have to text them every once in a while. You're going to have to meet every once in a while. Say kind things to each other. However you can work that. As nomads, we might not be in the same places. One of my longest running friendships as a nomad is Max Dollarite. And we text each other at least 3 times a week. And where are you? I always do that. Where's Max? It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Max at? Right? Okay, here's one. Don't invite people into your vehicle unless you know them well. That was advice I had from the very beginning. They said, never invite a guy into your vehicle. And I really did follow that until I kind of met the second year that I was in Quartzsite. I met Jack and Joe and Paul. We were just friends, and Mary, and I met in Myung, and we met as a group, and we started collecting. We just collected friends. We just said, hey, we like you, and they would recognize me, and they said, well, come park with us. So, but yeah, there were some guys that got in my van. They would just sit on the edge, and we would sit and talk. But yeah, but as a rule, don't just invite people. You got to get to know them before they get in there. You never know what could go wrong, right? Here's one. Do have a savings net for emergencies. However you can make that happen, even if you have to go back to work. I can leave a link for it on how to get your savings going. You must have an emergency savings. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be begging. You really would. You'll become a beggar. And I say, if you want to do a GoFundMe here and there, but to constantly be begging for money, asking for help, it really turns people off. And after a while, the nomad world isn't that big, and you can kind of get a name for yourself if you do that. So, I mean, if there's a real need, yes. But when it's over and over and over, look, you need to stop, look, and listen. If you don't have a savings going on, you need to stop. Stop driving. Go somewhere where there's a good minimum wage, like Arizona or California. Go get a job and park during the day, find this place to park, go to work, come back, make a dinner, go to bed, go back. You need to do this for 5 or 6 months and save up everything. Okay? Okay. Don't ignore vehicle maintenance. And that's going to take a budget. It's going to take emergency care. A regular budget to get your oil changed with what you deem as recommendable. I was going 5,000 miles on synthetic oil, but some of you had said, no, we do 3,000 miles. Well, that's what I'm going to do, because that's how important my home is to me. Do have road service, AAA. Oh my gosh. You might need it towed, and a tow is so expensive. Or if you get yourself locked out of your vehicle, like me, every once in a while, okay? Okay, don't be rude while you're boondocking. Don't do that. You will ruin your reputation. You really will. Van life, like I said, is small, and people do get to know each other. I talked to one of my friends, Kathy. Hey, I love you so much. And she's become a good friend. We've never met each other, but we are really, really good friends. And we talk, and that's another connection that you can have. We do Facebook Messenger, and we just chit-chat maybe once a week, and maybe spend a half hour just going back and forth with ideas. Well, I told her, she says, well, I'm afraid that I might meet some bad people. And I said, look, once you get out here, I guarantee you, and you go to Quartzsite, You're going to meet the people you want to meet. It just happens that way. So don't be worried about it. You will meet people, and you'll meet good people. I mean, as long as we attract who we are, right? Okay. So if you want to have friends, make a list of the friends how you want them to be, and then go be it, because you will attract like-minded people. Do be helpful. You may need help sometimes. You know who, to me, is one of the most helpful people ever is Max. He is always bringing things for his friends that he parks with. He's just gotten to know them, and some of them he has a little bit more of a penchant than some of the other ones, and he's always going to get things for people. But here's the thing now, that if they need help, then down the road, everybody needs to be willing to help them too. It needs to be a give and take. Don't stay in your rig all the time. Get out. Get out. Go for a walk. Just go for a walk, everybody. Get out of your rig, and even if it's just going to a restaurant or something, you need to get out. And do join the gym and get proper exercise. There's a way that you can get out. Here's another thing too. It may be down the line, but I really got to mention, you got to get out of your rig, because if you're sitting upright and then your butt's here and then your feet lay down, you know, you're like, and your feet are down there, you're going to get, the circulation is going to go bad, and your feet are going to swell. So get out. Don't let your rig get filthy. Clean it up. Here's a do clean your rig once a week. I used to clean my home once a week. Here's a way that you can just stay in that. Clean your rig once a week. Clean your rig once a week. Okay, almost rhymes. Okay, so do that. You want to organize things up. You want to wipe things down. You know, I mean, we don't have sinks. Most of us, unless we have a regular RV, we don't have sinks. So we kind of wipe things out. But every once in a while, get your collapsible bucket out and actually put some water in it and wash everything. Get all the little creases that are around the inside of the lid, things like that. Wipe down your bins. Do your laundry once a week. Yeah. Okay, do clean and organize at least once a week. Whoops, I just said that. If you have a dog and it goes outside and poops, please clean it up at all times. Don't think that, well, I'm out here. Here's the deal. Don't think that it's just gonna be, it's organic material. It's gonna, no. Wild animals, we call that scat, because they're just eating normal wildlife, like little mice or whatever, right? Well, regular pets eat pet food, and it's got preservatives in it. Leaving your dog poop just lay there thinking it's just going to dissipate, no, it's got preservatives in it, and it's going to create, bugs, and people are going to step in it. So it's literally going to just lay there for a very long time. Okay. Do keep your pet under your control at all times. Letting your dog jump on people can seem rude by others. Some, a lot actually, are not comfortable with dogs because of getting bit or chased by an aggressive dog in the past. Not everyone is a huge dog lover. I love dogs, but I don't like big dogs or dogs that are just running loose. I don't trust them. And one of my great friends, Max, I mean, he doesn't like, he's not a big dog lover. He was actually bitten when he was younger. And there are people like that. You'd see people, oh, don't worry, the dog won't. Well, we don't know that. And why would we want to be stressed out in it? Actually, especially in town or in the city, it is against the law, just let your dog run loose. But don't be leaving me bad messages. I love dogs. I just don't like dogs I don't know, or bigger dogs. Okay. Do carry enough water and food, right? Don't go off hiking by yourself without letting others know. Leave a note. That's where can't just isolate yourself. And drink enough water all day long. Even if you have to set an alarm and a timer to go off, say, oh, it's time to drink water. That's how important it is, especially in Arizona this winter. And in Quartzsite, it will suck. The air is dry. It will suck the moisture right out of your body. You need to have a buddy system so that you can share in, maybe if you both have iPhones, find my friends, right? Be aware of your surroundings. Be situationally aware at all times. Don't leave your windows uncovered where others can see what's inside your rig when you go into the stores. Yeah. Don't sit in the front seat too long. I mentioned that with your feet. Your ankles will swell up. Your feet will swell up. And it's not good for your circulation. Prop your feet up. If you have to sleep in the front seat, find such a way that you can prop your feet up somewhere. So if you are sleeping in your front seat, it's almost guaranteed that your ankles are gonna swell. What does that mean? It means you could get blood clots. Yeah, and you could die. So, and then of course, the last one was, do pamper yourself according to your budget. So there's some do's and some don'ts. Leave in comments anything I left out, because I'm sure I didn't catch everything. And a lot of these might be just, like pet peeves that you have. That this happened to you. Maybe that's never happened to me or the rest of us. So please leave it in comments, things that seem pertinent to you that some of us may not have thought of. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. I just love you guys. I really do, and I like talking to you, and I want you to talk back to me, okay? Leave a comment for me. I love you. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And then, of course, I've got the book, How to Live in a Minivan, The Minivan Leeway. It will, if you're not an organized person, even if you're on the road already, this will help get you organized, right? And we got neck gaiters, and we've got jewelry. Woo! Yes, jewelry. Yes. I know. I love jewelry. There was a time where I didn't like jewelry. I gave it all away, even my costume jewelry. But I've been, my daughter gave me some back. She says, well, I'm not wearing this. Here, if you want it, you can have it back. So I do wear jewelry now. I do love accessories. Yes. And so go to minivanlee.com for all of that. Okay, till tomorrow. Be here.